So today we're working on a Mitsubishi Lancer 2005, and there's a problem with the brakes binding on this back corner, so we've jacked it up and we're just going to take the wheel off. So right now, this is really hard to move. So there's definitely something binding in there, but it will move. So it's not completely seized. It's either going to be the caliper or the handbrake cable here. So what I'm just going to do is take off the 14mm on the bottom of this, pull the caliper up, give it a spin. If it moves freely, it's the caliper. This is our bolt here. Just need to try and, yeah, they're not usually that tight, so they should come out without too much fuss. Oh yeah. That pin is seized in there. This is what I'm dealing with. Is that pin should be free. There's no more threads to engage, and the pin is dry as a bone. It shouldn't be like that. Okay then. Okay. Give that a little spray. Oh yeah, look at that. All of the dirt build up in there. It is free, it just doesn't want to come. So give it a little spray of good stuff. Come on. Come on, let me have it. Oh, there we go. Whew. One slider pin removed. Now we should be able to lift up the caliper like so. Brilliant. This spins freely enough. It doesn't have too much free play. So we can see how much easier it moves. This is definitely okay now. It's the caliper that is definitely the problem. Okay, so what we're dealing with in here right now is, if I can find an angle, so we're trying to take off this brake line. Sorry, the sun is so bright right now, it's hard to get shots. So we're trying to take off this nut here to take the brake line off. The reason why is because if we leave it in place, you can't get a spanner or an open end of a spanner onto this 14. I don't want to risk rounding this with an open end spanner. Probably wouldn't, but why risk it? This has got to come off anyway to put on the new caliper, so we'll do that next. So this nut here at the back is a 17. Now before you try and break it loose, pull the caliper towards you like that. Otherwise you're going to put all your weight on it and it'll come at you. And then just, there we go, just pull that. Once it's loosened off, just leave it there for a second, because we need to pinch off the line now. So that's now broken loose. So what I'll do is I'll just push that up just slightly so we don't lose any fluid, and then I'll pinch off the line. So I've just got the brake line pinched off. So now we can remove this the rest of the way. Tight access. To get in there with both hands. Now it's time to remove the caliper, so just pull it up, push it back, and then there she comes. Now the caliper's off, and now what we do is we just twist the caliper off of the brake line. We'll go, don't do it like I'm doing there, I'm just doing that to show you in the sunlight, but you want to kind of do it over here so that it doesn't get into the, get all over the disc. Sorry about that, I was talking to somebody just when that came loose, but yeah, just need to remove that slider. So I can't remember exactly where I left off because I've been on the phone for a while, but you need to clean these out with some brake clean. Get in there with a little pick and a rag and wipe out all of the dirt and nastiness that's in there, and then once your pin should go in and out like without any resistance at all and spin freely. When it's like that, you're golden. And now we can grease up the pins, fit the new caliper. Have to get that thing off and clean up this hardware. We don't have new hardware, so we're going to clean up these two clips here after we get them off. Okay, so before we want to put this back on the car, we remember that the line made it really difficult to get this slider in and out, so what we're going to do is put this one here in first, and then we'll get her tightened down, and then we'll put it on the car. Just remove that. Then we'll just wind the caliper on. Now we want to put the caliper on, so we want to go same as we took it off, going on a slight angle like that, there we go, and then just make sure that dust boot seals. Should move really nice and freely, and then for now we'll just leave that up like that so we can do our pads. Time to put on this pad. Where have I put the grease? There it is. Just a touch. Not a fan of these pads really. They can be a bit of a pain in the hooch wants it to get on. Pull that clip back. Not clipped in. And then there we go. She's on. Now with that installed, just need to put in our bottom slider, which I need to put on a dust boot first. Okay, and take two. Just get that through the dust boot, get the thread started, and then we'll just snug it down. You want to make sure that the caliper can move freely, which it can. Okay, so I've got all the brakes on, and I've bled them as well. I've got another video with the Skoda Octavia. Bleeding the principle is exactly the same, so I didn't want to bother recording that twice because the sun's starting to go down now, so I'm getting a bit short on time. That's it. Now I'm just going to put the wheel back on and then take it for a test drive. So I've taken it for a test drive, and everything feels great, looks great, good pedal feel. There's no more binding, no noise, no screeching on occasion, so that's it, done. One thing I would be careful of with the slide pins is the bottom slide pin on this side has a rubber insert, which I forgot to put in at first, and then when I went to go and do the other side, I spotted that it had come off, so I had to come back to this side and pull out the bottom slide pin. So you'll see, hopefully on yours, when you pull it out, there's a little rubber ring on the end of it. Make sure that you don't forget that like I did.